Them is off docket. Is that okay? Can we?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Good
I
morning,
have the case
Sebastian.
number.
What is it?
It's 254-9067.
And Wong.
Yes,
Okay.
he is here. He had the no contact with the complaining witness restriction and also the address. He lives at the home, he pays the bills. We've spoken with the complaining witness and they said they're okay with no threatening and harassing and allow him to go back home.
Yeah. Sorry,
What say you?
yeah, Judge, I confirmed with the complainant, they want him back home and, we were just asked that.
My only issue is that he's a prior murder case.
Yes, Judge.
What happened with
It
him?
was so many years ago, Judge. He had, I mean, but he has not had any issues since. I do understand the concern. I would
I would typically be more concerned, I think, given the age of the murder, as well as the fact that that is his primary residence. I think it might be fair to.
Come up, Wong. Oh, it's not on docket, you said, right?
No, it's not.
So all we're doing is taking off the residential restriction, correct? That's all we're doing? Or is there's a no contact order now?
But they live together, so,
Who is the complaining witness in this case?
his girlfriend's son.
Yeah, I mean, we can do,
Have you ripped to see whether the son wants to have contact?
yeah, that's the person that I.
How old is this kid?
He's,
47,
yeah,
Judge.
he was.
Okay, so he's not young. All right. All right. So Mr. Wonk, they're asking me to amend your bond conditions to allow you to have contact. I will. I'll allow you to go back to this house, but you need to understand there are still conditions of no threatening or harassing behavior. And what you need to understand, what threatening and harassing doesn't matter what you think. I don't care what you think. It's what the other person perceives. So you need to be aware of this. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with the complaining witness, but if it's something where you're constantly butting heads, that could be problematic for you. All he has to do is just call and say, hey, man, he's at it again. You're the one that's going to go back. You understand? Okay, so just be careful. There are many vindictive people in this world. Know who your audience is at all times. So do you mind filing those? No threatening or harassing and no weapons? And then if you don't mind printing out the memo for me, I'll amend it then. Okay, Mr. Wong, we're going to need you to sign bond conditions reflecting that you understand everything. Just take a seat. Once we have you sign it, at that point, you're free to go. Okay, thanks.
Judge.
Oh, yeah, it's 254-9067. Yeah, okay.
And then I have one other on docket, Hodges. He may not show. We reset him for today to amend the bond conditions. But he's on docket. I can give you the case number off of.
Yeah, it's not on docket. What's your cost number?
It is 253-2980.
Okay.
Oh, I guess it's.
So this is a failure to give information.
Yes, so at his arraignment setting back in October, you did a no driving, and then we also put a curfew on it. He has been on those conditions since. He's done a defensive driving course. He hasn't had any bond violations or anything within that
Okay,
time.
is he here?
Yes, sir. Did I take his already? It is 253.
Come up, Mr. Hodges.
Thank you. We're just asking to lift the no driving restriction and the curfew.
Does he have insurance as well? Have you been, do you have liability insurance in your name?
Car insurance?
In your name?
Yes, sir.
You do have car insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
As long as you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, but you have to have it in your name, right? At that point, I'm going to allow you to drive, but you need to understand that it's a privilege. It's not a right. So if I see you acting a fool in the car, I will take it away again. And I'm not going to play this game again with you. Do you understand? Okay. All right.
Thank you, Judge. And the curfew,
Does he have any other open cases elsewhere
he
too?
does in Galveston,
You have over there?
a DWI. However, I mean, he works, he's an electrician, he works 2 hours away. And so the curfew hasn't allowed him to work any overtime or any late nights.
How long do you want? What do you want?
Can we just take it off completely? I mean, he's been on it since October and he's shown that he can be consistent and that he wouldn't have any trouble. You know, looking at it now, I think he deserves a second chance.
Okay, we'll see. If you pick up a third case, I'm gonna absolutely lose it. Do you understand? Make good decisions. We're not asking for much. You endanger my public. I'm gonna go nuts on your bond. Do you understand? Okay, all right, we'll give you a chance.
Judge, we're removing the DPS completely, correct?
Correct. All right, Mr. Bonds. Hey,
Mr. Proctor, again on the docket for, he's got a
is he back there? Okay.
reduced bond on his terroristic threat, raise it to 7. Would you lower it to 5,000?
Yes.
Okay. And then,
So hold on a second.
conditions,
What's it now? It's at,
7,000.
so what I'll do is, 5,001.
Okay. And then conditions on the, DWI.
Just standard conditions that, I mean, does he have any other, do you know if he has any other DWIs?
No, I don't think so.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so just no alcohol, no dope, no weapons, no contact with the complaining witness in the terroristic threat. Just standard bond conditions, but let him know if he picks up a third case, all bets off. Right? And then, Mr. Pons, I just sent you an email.
Yeah.
So-
I was going to ask you, because I did a lot of work to not work that Monday. That's Super Bowl Monday.
You want the next day?
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll see you Tuesday then.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, man.
I'll let Victoria know. Hi. Yes.
How are you?
What's going on with you, man?
Here on Mr. Matthew Adolph, the state was just filed a nollie on that case.
Okay,
He's on his way back from,
I'll sign it. I mean, if they're dismissing it today, then there's no need to address anything. You know?
he's on his way back from the VBR. That's passed, so it's a moot point. So but it should be in your queue.
Okay, I'll send it right now.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You got it.
Maybe excuse.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Thanks. Hi, Sean, how are you, man? If you want a copy of the nollie, we can give it to you now. I'm signing it now. Okay. Hi, Sean.
I have one. It's the top of page 12, just trying to avoid using the name with it.
Okay. What do you want to do?
So we are working with felony right now, kind of going up the ladder at the DA's office about possibility of a diversion for upstairs that will, I believe, work this one out. Chris went upstairs and talked.
You representing him upstairs?
Yeah, yes, sir. Here and
Yeah, we're co-counseled on both of them.
Okay, great.
We feel optimistic about it, but we just haven't gotten a full answer since there's been a change in administration and all that. So everybody.
So did he have a PTI in the first? Is that why?
This is the evading that he's charged with. I have my own serious doubts about, but I think in his interest, he's trying to seek a PTI on that. That may result in a plea in this case. But we're trying to
So,
kind of work out
but
the
it's, the
details.
problem is that it's old.
Yeah.
So how long do you want? I mean, we got to set a time. I got to give you a time limit, right? Just, it's 220 days now.
And can we go about 30 days? That
At
will,
that point, I don't care. I'm going to set you for trial though.
Okay.
Like you're out of time at that time. At that, you're at 250 days and that, you know, it's just too much, right? So I will give that to you, but that's the last setting.
okay,
Okay? So do what you can to try to work it out as fast as you can, but that's it.
okay.
Discovery's complete, right?
No, we are missing the search warrant and search warrant affidavit.
And then I'm going to have a big problem with this. And then I'm going to set this for if you guys are missing something at 220 days, Alex, I'm going to have a big problem with this.
Judge, just let me confirm.
Okay.
Regardless, your cutoff day with this case is 250 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this, if you're truly lacking something, I'm setting this for discovery hearing. And if you don't get it within that time, that's it.
Yes, Judge, it appears we're still missing the warrant, so we'll reach out immediately. We can get it.
Setting it for a 10-day discovery hearing.
Hey, discovered here.
You don't have absolutely everything.
Yes,
It's
Judge.
not going to go well for you.
Yes,
That's
Judge.
It's unacceptable that at 220 days, you're still missing a warrant.
At that 10-day hearing, will his appearance be required or will it be waived?
You can be waived. It's not a big deal. So we're on top of page 12. They're still missing discovery. So I'm setting it for a 10-day discovery hearing. What I would do is I would subpoena the officer to come to court,
Yes, Judge.
Lucis Tecum,
And we'll have them,
but
we'll find it your own.
so set it for 10 days. But the cutoff with this case regardless is 250 days. At that point, it's plea or trial. So, okay, guys, see you in 10 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and hey, Judge.
Hi, Marcus.
Got a plea, Mr. Gonzalez Hernandez.
Okay, you ready?
Call him up.
Please.
Do you have the cause with him?
Yes, thank you.
Our friend, Mr. Martinez, has not made it up, so hopefully he'll come up tomorrow, Judge.
Say it again.
Our guy from yesterday.
Are you posting bond?
I don't think he's posted bonds. No, I don't see an ISO, so I guess we'll see.
Really? No one's gonna post it for him? No one's gonna post it?
I don't know yet.
Por favor, conteste a voz alta.
Good morning, Mr.
Buenos
Gonzalez
días, señor
Hernandez.
González Hernández. Good morning.
Are charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. So you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
Multa de $4,000.
You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 1 year in Harris County Jail.
Año en la cárcel
For that to be probated for 15 months.
de meses.
Is this a second or a
Es
first?
la segunda y
True
la primera.
first?
True first.
La primera.
As part of the agreement for you to successfully complete this, you must do a DWI education class.
Hace de
You must do a victim impact panel.
tener un panel de
You must also do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need.
condiciones
If they
necesarias.
assess other conditions, you must fulfill these conditions as well. Substance abuse treatment,
También eso incluye tratamiento.
no breath test refusal,
Pero,
meaning that if you're pulled over while driving a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath sample, you must do it. No drugs, alcohol. You must have a guardian interlock and 30 hours of
horas.
community service. Does he have a Texas driver license?
He
de
does not drive.
licencia de
You are
manejar.
not allowed to drive. I want you to understand, I take this absolutely serious and you will be signing a promise with me today as part of your probation that you're not going to drive.
Como parte de
There's
su
nothing worse that you can do in this life than doing two things. 3, picking up a new case, drinking alcohol, or driving. Those things will land you in custody faster than anything else.
rápido.
And if you're not in this country with permission, and you go back to jail, it may be your very well last time that you
Última vez.
are here. Do you understand?
Entiende. I do.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right
Derecho
to
a juicio.
compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible
Ciudadano,
immigration
Hay
consequences. You can
posibles
be deported,
consecuencias migratorias.
excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal.
Su
Once you
derecho a
plead guilty to this offense, it will go on your record. You will never be able to take it off.
sacarlo.
Do you understand?
Entiende.
You also need to understand that if you get pulled over in the future,
Entonces,
you're in a car driving, an
ando.
officer, the first thing they do is they look at your driving record.
Hace
If they see a prior DWI and they come up to your window and they smell alcohol or they smell something funky, it's not going to go well for
que
you.
va a ir bien.
And from now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up.
En caso nuevo que usted le dé.
Do you understand?
Entiende. I do.
All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Thank you, Judge.
The fee, the fee.
Wait, the thing, okay, is it?
So, hold on, Tony. I need you to tell him one more thing. I want you to understand
Quiero que
something.
usted entienda
That
algo
DWI is extremely big business in Harris County and in Texas.
grande.
There is a $3,500 surcharge that typically would apply to you
3,500
on these types of cases. I will waive it for you now because it is a first offense. On a second DWI offense, it is a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it,
$6,000. Si no lo
you do a
paga,
ton of jail time.
están en la
Do
cárcel
you understand?
tiempo. ¿Lo
So
entiende?
get a clue. If you want to
Tienda.
drink, don't get into a car.
Vete en un carro.
All
Thank you,
right.
Judge. Appreciate it.
Ready? Wait.
Your Honor, it's actually off docket and it's just for bond conditions. We were here last week on the Devontae Levi. You want
Okay.
to use number?
Yeah, sure.
254-8452. So you were going to bonds, we're doing you one. You ordered bond conditions, but they were not entered. So we're back again.
So let's enter it now and we can have him sign it and that way we're,
Okay, well, there's no notes of the conditions. So if you could please order them again.
remind me what happened again, Alex, please, if you don't mind.
One moment, pulling it up. Let's see.
And I talked to Mackenzie, Gary. The judge wants a reminder.
Oh, it's 254. Fine. Yeah.
He's still in custody, right?
No, Your Honor, he's on bond.
Was he here?
Yes, Hodges, please.
So, come up, Mr. Levi. Or is it Levy or Levi?
Is it Levy or Levi? Levy, Your Honor.
Okay. Mackenzie, do you mind?
Yes, so on January 21st, 2025, an officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated the defendant, she knew him from a previous dating relationship. The complainant stated she ended her relationship after finding out she was 6 weeks pregnant and was paying the defendant's phone line until she turned it off on the 21st of 2025. And the defendant started sending her threatening messages on the 16th, 2025, stating that he was going to make somebody jump on you and knock your teeth out, and delusional hoes like you deserve to die. The complainant stated she went to turn off the defendant's phone line on the 18th, and the defendant is now using Wi-Fi to continuously threaten and harass, with the last message on the 21st of 2025. The complainant is in fear for her life, and the defendant was ID'd by his Tennessee driver's license.
Got it. Okay. So he's also on probation. Are you representing him on his probation case upstairs?
That was terminated, Your Honor. It was early terminated.
So he's not on probation now?
No,
So, Mr. Levi, or Levy, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you back in jail. Do you understand? You're not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, and you're not to be in possession of weapons as well. Did we do
there's a
MOA?
memo. It has not been signed, Your Honor. It's in
Okay.
the system, but it was not signed.
Right, so I'm entering now what's called a mattress order for emergency protection that identifies Ms. Beck as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation of protective order against you, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. You pick up a case like that, it's really going to go sideways quick. Stay away and control the temper, because if you become a danger to my community, I'm going to unleash on you. Do you understand? I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from, but I'm going to protect my community at all costs. We will have you sign the order for protection. I'll have you meet with Fleischer for bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Yeah, let me give you a cost number. Ready? 254-8452. Yeah.
Can I have a question? I'm here on Ally, ALLY.
Okay.
I screwed this up, Judge. This was an older case. I'm not sure exactly how I got on it. I just know that there were some issues with his previous attorney. I need to do a mitigation packet, and I thought we reset him from last week for 2 weeks and not 1 week.
We're submitting it. We have 130 1 week to submit a mitigation
I've
packet
had
for
2
mental
weeks.
health.
And then with the trial and having to pick the second jury, I just,
It's okay. How much longer do you need?
if I could just get a couple of weeks,
Okay.
I mean, I have everything. I just need to scan it and send it over
Okay.
and then get a decision. And it's not a DWI.
Right.
It's a
So you
mental
want
health.
2 weeks?
That would be perfect, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'm sorry,
It's okay. You're good. Don't worry about it.
you know how
I know.
one thing goes wrong and then the whole week
You're-
snowballs. Thank you.
Mr. Burleson.
Good Judge, how are you?
Hey, man, what's new?
Doreen Seville.
Okay.
Tried to reset it last time because I was in trial, but I've got a mitigation packet ready to go. She is mulling over her options now, but I just want to let you know that it can be filed today. I didn't even know who to
That's
say.
261 days. That's like so old. How did he even get that old?
There were some video issues. We didn't get until December.
So
And then I was in trial in December and January.
you need to submit it today.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna set you off a week to get a decision from them. Right, no more waived appearances, so she's gonna have to be here.
she'll be here.
The next time you'll get the approval, and we'll send for a
And she's
T.
mulling her options because I've talked to her if she wants this done today, because she's got some considerations.
No. We need to know today if she wants to do it, because if not,
No,
then-
that's why she's in the side room thinking about her options. I've just spent 30 minutes talking to her about it.
so let me know. I mean, if she wants a trial, we'll set it today. Otherwise, if she wants to go through with the mitigation packet, I'll set it off for a week.
You'll know in the next 10 minutes. I just letting you know.
Thanks. So you know, I got an affidavit of surrender on a case. Can I give you the cause number?
Yes, Judge. Okay, I'm ready.
254-5528. So Mr. Bernard Webbs has a terroristic threat, assaulted a peace officer from 12/19, picks up a false report 12/31. And I'm guessing how he was out on bond because he just picked up on 2.5, a less than a gram case. So they have filed an affidavit of surrender on the false report. I called defense counsel to let them know before, if I grant this, I want their position on it, right?
Right.
So he's now at no bond on the felony cases. So really by granting it, it's no harm, no foul, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna grant it, just so you know.
Okay.
So it looks like he will still be on bond on the terroristic threat, but not on the false report.
The false report, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll give you a week.
We
We
can
get
set
the
her on Monday,
approval.
that's her off day from the hospitals.
Sorry?
We can set it on a Monday, that's her off day from.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
We are approaching just for bond conditions.
Did he just get out, I'm assuming?
You want him to come up to?
Please.
How you doing? Good. I'm studying the bond conditions.
Shh. Can you please read to me what happened in this case?
Yes, Judge. So on January 14th, 2024, an officer at 3:14 a.m. was dispatched to a disturbance call at 4800 Hollister Street. Upon arrival, the officer made contact with the defendant who was inside his vehicle. Officers attempted to box in the defendant with emergency lights on. The defendant reversed out and evaded in his motor vehicle. The officers pursued the defendant for 6 miles until he lost control and crashed out on the 9100th block of Northwest Freeway. The defendant ran out of his vehicle and the officers were able to chase him down and take him into custody. The complainant told the officer that the defendant was asleep and woke up feeling paranoid and thought somebody was trying to kill him. The complainant tried to calm the defendant down. The defendant acted as if he was going to hit the complainant. The defendant began to follow the complainant around the apartment in an unnatural manner. The complainant started to feel fear. The complainant started to call 911 and told the defendant she was. The defendant grabbed the phone from her and grabbed the phone from her hand as the dispatcher was on the line and hung up. The defendant grabbed the complaining witness's daughter's phone in her second attempt to call 911 and hung up the phone.
The defendant grabbed a knife and said, "I'm going to kill you" 2 times, but never came at the complainant with the knife. The defendant left the apartment and went to sit in his car. The complainant went to her neighbors where she was finally able to call 911 successfully.
Know whether she wants to have contact with you.
Absolutely no contact, Judge. I've spoken with her. It's a very traumatizing situation for the complainant.
Mr. Granger, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you know what conditions the felony court has placed on it?
They have not placed a no contact with it, which is why I wanted to approach with you today, Judge. They have placed disappear, no new crimes, no drugs, alcohol, no firearms. And that is it.
Yeah. Because it actually is more.
From what I've been told from the complainant as well, she did get a 90-day protective order as well successfully.
Granger, I want you to understand that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community at all costs. If I find that you become a danger to my community, if I find that you try to have contact with the complaining witness, if you pick up a 5th case, I'm going to go absolutely bonkers. Do you understand? You are not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case. You are not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If they call on you to go take a test and you fail to go, a warrant will issue for your arrest. If you have any kind of weapons, you go anywhere near the complaining witness, likewise, I will revoke the bond and put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
So no weapons.
Counsel, just one minute. Oh, great.
No going within 200 feet of where the complaining witness lives or works. There are no children involved, are
Yes,
there?
there are children involved, and children were on the scene of the incident.
He has 2 kids, that's his wife, 2 kids, and they're expecting 1. When are y'all expecting 1?
August.
It doesn't matter that you have one, you're not to have contact with this person. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have contact with the kids, which you very well should. Use an intermediary. You can use counsel, you can use anyone else, but don't take matters into your own hands. Don't go over there. It's not gonna go well for you. Do you understand? Okay, so you have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with her. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand?
Sir.
Okay, so we'll have him sign bond conditions. You guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, please. Thank you. So Mackenzie, I guess just reach out to her, let her know what the conditions are. You know, give her access to you so that if something should happen, she has a way to get in contact with someone easily to let us know. Okay.
I have Mr. Juan Guerrero with you.
Okay,
Juan has an ice hold. He's not gonna be getting out of jail, so we'll I need to approach.
44.
where do you want to go now? What do you
With
want to
him?
do? Yeah,
Trying to get a deal for jail time on one and dismiss the other. Kelsey needs some time to check with her supervisor to see whether that would be okay.
I get it. It's only 17 days old, so I can't imagine that they have probably any evidence.
So we're just trying to do a short reset,
Yeah, absolutely. I
Okay.
mean, if you want a week, 2 weeks, whatever you want.
real short. Judge.
Yeah, just you let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Eric, hi, bud.
I'm here on Mr. Washington, first name Michael.
Bond or custody?
Bond.
Okay.
And he is
Counsel for reset.
Okay, what's the word?
He has two cases, reckless driving and a pistol case out of the same transactions.
Okay,
State has offered him PTI with a bunch of things to dismiss.
we got that offer December 23rd, or I'm sorry,
January 23rd.
January 23rd.
So he signed the contract this morning, so he can get started on all of the things. So he just needs time to do defensive driving, decision-making, gun safety class, and then $100 donation to the food bank.
Michael Washington, come up. So it's 180 days.
I know, that's why I
You
know.
know, I'll give you 3 weeks, but if he's not done by then,
He doesn't have to do community service hours.
Right. So, you know, you've been given a great offer, right? They're willing to dismiss both your cases. All you have to do are 3 classes. Your case is 182 days old. I'm not giving you much time to get it done. If you don't have the wherewithal to have it done within a couple of weeks, I'm setting your case for trial. Do you understand? Okay, man. All right. Good luck. Couple weeks.
I'm doing well, Judge. Thanks for asking. How are you?
You know.
Good. I'm approaching on Lan Nguyen is the last name, Nguyen.
I see it.
State's been attempting to get in touch with the complaining witness. Been a while.
You guys set an investigator in October.
Yeah, and the issue is we need a Vietnamese interpreter because every person we get in contact with, the last person, they don't speak it. So we're
4 months though, you know?
So we'll try reaching out as soon as we can. Today, we'll try see if we can get in touch with a Vietnamese interpreter, but that's the issue is we can't communicate. Yes, Judge.
About a week, that's it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay, gotcha. Right. Yeah, because gotcha, and that's for PTI, if you want to pursue that. Otherwise, we already have a time cert offer.
But he has a PTI.
Well, contingent first do the mitigation packet, let us look at it, and then we'll determine if.
Judge, may we approach?
Tell me.
So he has a PTI offer contingent on the packet. the
Well, if
mitigation.
we'll offer,
Yeah.
we'll put a PTI, once we look at the mitigation packet, we'll determine if we're willing to make an offer of PTI.
So how long do you want? What was the last name again?
Hughes. Sure, I'll get attached to the case today, so I can,
He's here, right?
yes, he is.
Lee Hughes, come up.
I went outside and talked to him, so he's standing right there. She's going to get him.
Okay, great.
You okay?
Doing great. Thanks, you.
Seems like everybody has this little nasal deal.
My daughter suffers, man.
Trying to get on the other side.
Coming up, Mr. Hughes. Your lawyer is trying to work a deal where he's trying to get an intervention agreement for you. You need to turn in what's called a mitigation packet to try to secure that kind of agreement from the state. As with anything in life, you get what you put in. If you put your heart and soul into it, you can achieve damn near anything. But if you put something together, it looks like you did the night before on a bar napkin, don't expect much. He's going to ask stuff for you. If you don't put your heart into it and soul into it, don't expect much. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, your case is 190 days old. I'm going to give you one last setting. You will not get any more time after this. I will give you 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but after that time, you're done. If you have not completed your side of the bargain, I'm going to set your case for trial. You get no more time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got 30 days. That's it. All right, we'll have you see.
I got arrangement, man.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mr. Cruz. Amari Cruz, shall I call him up?
Um,
Oh, arraignment?
yeah. You, Mr. Amari Cruz Serrano. Yes, sir. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 30th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a major crash on West Dallas Street in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed a bumper part of the motor vehicle at the scene where the defendant's vehicle struck a pole. The license plate was attached to the bumper, which came back to a blue Toyota Corolla when ran. A real witness saw the motor vehicle parked on the shoulder of North Freeway, matching the description given out by the officer on the side of the freeway with the defendant in the driver's seat. The real witness observed the defendant get out of the vehicle to change his tire, and the real witness stayed on scene. The officer observed the defendant kneeling by the front passenger tire, instructed the defendant to step away from the vehicle to come over to him, and observed bloodshot eyes, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and then administered standard field sobriety tests. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 0 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to breath. The results were 0.082 and 0.083. The defendant then stated he was coming from a bar. Was just broken up. He had 1 drink of Hennessy and Coca-Cola, though he later stated he had 2 drinks, and that his missing damaged bumper happened in the past, and that the bumper was probably at his home.
Okay. Any priority to BIs?
No, Your Honor. And his license is eligible.
Got it. All right, Mr. Caruso, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You're going to be randomly tested. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, any kind of illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
As long as you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, you may continue to drive. But if you don't have one or the other, then you're not allowed to drive. And that is also a condition of your bond. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, you pick up a new case, you become a danger to my community, I only have one place for you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria. We'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions and then you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
Hi, Judge. On Sydney Robinson, he is set for bond forfeiture today. It was a case where he has a charge here and a fugitive case. He was extradited. We reset it today for me to see if I can track him down, and I did.
Oh, great.
I know.
So what happened?
Well, I can confirm as of last night at 5 p.m. He is in the Adams County Jail with a discharge date of April 5th. I've been in contact with his mother, who confirmed as much. He pled in Adams County, so he's just serving out a sentence. So.
Hey, I'm happy that you're able to get that kind of information. We'll give you time.
So when would you like to set it? April 5th is when he gets out in Colorado.
Does he live here or does he live over there? Do you know?
Hold on, I do know.
I think he lives here, right?
He lives here. He lives here. The probation was transferred to Texas.
So let's set it for a week
After April 5th?
discharge date,
Okay,
setting it for bond for.
great. Yes.
Get everything done. And then after that, it's still not going to be old, right? We'll still at that point be
January 11th, so it would be,
80, 90 days old. So after that point, now that I know that I have hands on him, I'll waive your appearance after that.
okay,
So-
great. And we are still waiting on evidence on it too.
I got it. So let's SFBF, the next setting, he's got to be here. After that, we'll wait.
And then Arenas is a new case I got. She just got taken in on a felony warrant, so I'm assuming you don't need any conditions. It's a tampering license plate.
The only one I did was just no driving without, a license and insurance. And he said that she had a valid license. So.
Sure. Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Oriana Carranza.
There or there?
He was in custody, he bought it out. I know there was an immigration hold, detainer. It was never lifted, but he's out. I don't know where he is.
Oh, he's not here.
Not here.
That's no bueno.
I know. I didn't even know he had bonded out until about a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, tell everybody that
Yeah,
bond out, you got to be here.
I tell him the same thing.
So let's do this. I'll give you till Monday. I'll SFBF Monday. Do what you can to reach out,
Yeah. Send him a
family
letter
or whoever.
today.
If they're not here Monday,
I know. And he possibly, he's at immigration, possibly get deported, so I don't know.
Oh,
Is a possibility because the immigration detainer doesn't say hold lifted. It says a hold, but it was never lifted. Then when you check the record, it says he bonded out. So I don't know how that was possible for him to bond out.
when you look on the master docket though, won't it say whether they get deported or not? You know? Who's Eric,
I asked somebody that did immigration.
you do a little bit of immigration, right?
I used to use this.
So if you have someone that goes to immigration from here, now Tony doesn't know if they got released or they got deported. When you look on the master docket, you know how you pull up the master docket, it'll say that they're at the Greens Road or wherever they are. Will it say whether they got deported
No,
or
but you
not?
can call the 1-800 number. So if you look up the
Immigration?
1-800 status number,
Look,
and then, no, it's an automated number. And you just type in the A number, and then it just tells you it's an audio report, and it'll say
A number
the
is the alien
judge,
number.
right, and it'll say the judge ordered
A number, I can
removal.
get it.
Yeah, I need the alien number.
Hold on.
And it'll be, the A number will be, did he have an ICE hold?
Yeah, the nose hole.
So if you go to the district clerk side and you click on holds, the A number will be there.
District clerk here or the
Mhm. Yeah,
district clerk in the feds?
No, here.
Do you need the country of origin too?
No, you just need the A number. And with that, you can type in the A number on the automated number and it'll tell you what's the last thing that happened in immigration court. It'll either say removed, deported, or it'll say there's a new master scheduled on whatever day.
I'll give him another date.
Mhm.
Tony, I'm printing this out for you. I think one of those should be the A number, where it says the warrant number, and then we'll put it on for Monday and you let me know.
Okay, well, good, thank you.
Yes, thanks. Hey,
So good news, Meyer's been approved.
okay.
We're ready whenever you are.
Oh, okay. You ready?
Yes.
Timothy Meyer, come up. All right. Mr. Meyer, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 15 days in jail with credit for the 5 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You get pulled over in a car, all officers do is they look at your record and then they look at you. If they smell alcohol and they see that you have a prior to WI, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? So if you're going to drink, you can have, well, I don't care. Just, you need to understand this, man, because you still have the next 40 years that you could potentially be driving. And the law, they don't give a rat's behind about it. All they care about is whether you have a prior, you smell like dope or alcohol now, they're going to take you in. You also have to understand from now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the office of driving while intoxicated?
Guilty, sir.
I'm going to find you guilty. Tell me why it got so old again. Do you know?
I don't, Judge. I mean, he lives in New Mexico, so I'm not really sure how this came to be. Were you just in New Mexico the whole time?
No, I was here for over a year and it happened during the height of COVID. It just took a couple years to even go to trial.
Come to court. Good things happen. You know, really. So when you pick up future criminal cases, come to court. Now, I don't know if you have any prior DWIs, but you got to understand the third DWI, because if you have a prior DWI, this one now makes 2. A third, you're looking at a felony charge, 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. So you got to be very careful if you have any priors. Do you understand? Okay, guys. Good luck. I'm going to run at CC.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, one more thing. I have to suspend your license. I'm going to do it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. All right? Okay, guys. Run at CC every 12 minutes.
And Judge, on your jail docket, Lopez Jacinto, he's going to waive the fugitive. So we'll wait for the interpreter to get here. Can you want to we'll bring him up?
We'll bring him up. Okay. Yeah. Eric, thanks for helping him out.
Yes, sir. I have it's Jaramillo Jimenez on the docket.
Okay.
This is kind of an interesting situation because I believe he was in immigration as well. And his,
Someone else that's representing.
right,
Okay.
so his family hired me in December. I filed an attorney of record, I filed a motion to sub, and I came to court, but I guess I was never attached on it. And once he got out of immigration, he basically told the family, well, y'all picked Eric and I didn't pick him. I had picked another attorney. So I'm fine with the other attorney on it because he's still filing stuff on the case. He's still making appearances for him. I just need to make sure I don't need to file a motion to withdraw because technically I was never attached.
Do we know if Mr. Landrio is going to be here today?
I saw that he filed like a discovery motion recently, so I'm assuming he is.
Jaramillo. Give me a second. Let me call him real quick, just to make sure. So you're right. It looks like he filed a motion for discovery on January 6th. I guess we'll wait for him.
Okay.
See if he shows.
Yeah, either way, he told me a couple of days ago that he does not want me to be his lawyer.
Okay,
So,
then yeah.
I just need to
Here.
I'm sure I've never met him.
Jaramillo Jimenez.
Counsel's here, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So you're here for Chilandrio, right?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my law partner.
Right. Okay, so you're here with it because Eric initially was hired by the family, but I guess the defendant is saying that he wants you guys to represent him.
Yes,
So
Your Honor.
you're not, I don't do anything.
Right.
I don't think you need to file a motion to,
I filed a motion to sub and an attorney record in December.
just we'll disregard it
Okay.
and we'll just keep you on it and then whatever you guys need.
Was hired in November, so it supersedes, Eric's attorney record.
Yeah, we'll just keep it. Yeah. Okay, you're good. Don't worry about it. You're good. Okay, thanks, Eric. Hey. Hi, Bayuji. What's going on with you?
I am approaching on behalf of Mr. Shegun Bada. Good news, he did pay he's on Zoom waiting in the waiting room. He did pay the $840. I was told by Ms. Shatoria that he's been extended for 90 days.
So now we just play the waiting game. You're
Yes,
good
he
for
just
90
has to do his part, which would be
Remain in compliance with the device and stay out of trouble, but he has made his pay.
Great. So I'm not gonna need to see him. You can talk to him
Okay.
and just let him know, hey, just be good for 90 days. Any more issues?
as far as a reset, do you want to do it like you did the last time, or like a check point?
Check in, make
Okay.
sure, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Bayuji. Frank.
I'm approaching on Noel Castillo or Garcia Castillo is his last.
Okay.
So everything's complete. They evaled it. They gave me a new offer yesterday. They kind of upped it.
Hey, it got worse.
Yes, I do believe there's some issues here that are not, anyway, I'd like to just set up.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Do I get the trial date from her or?
From Ronnie.
Okay.
She's in back.
Do I go through? Okay, thank you.
And I have a question. Why did I get a fugitive? Why did I get a fugitive? I don't ever do those.
If you're not on the list, you can't do fugitives then. Or you're not on if you're not on the fugitive list, then you can't do it then.
He's gonna wait.
I don't know.
Still do that?
No, you can't represent him. I don't know why you got appointed.
I didn't understand that from the get-go.
You have to be, there's special training that you go through to be on the fugitive list.
Oh, okay.
And if you've not done that, then you can't do it. He can't do it.
Okay, so then I'll have to
We're gonna have to reappoint someone else.
Just.
Who is it?
Lopez,
Lopez Jacinto?
Jacinto.
He's not on the list to do fugitive cases.
Yeah, I think so.
I can reappoint.
Please. Hey, you.
Timothy Smart, he was on,
Okay.
night, and I've not been able to get in contact with him. Yeah.
I got it.
Can I file for, I was gonna file a motion to withdraw on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I will book it now.
Okay. Thanks, Judge.
God, this is,
All PTI, I think he's supposed to go check in, he's got everything set up, and then.
I'm putting his bond at 15,004. That's how many times it's even more than that. Okay, yeah, file it. Just, we'll take you off.
Shorts?
Short?
Yes, shorts.
15,004 on.
Just, I guess, set it for trial. Do you?
30 days.
30 days?
Yeah, no more. The case is 1,500 days old, so it's
It's just a little bit old, Judge, like 4
So-
years.
like 30, that's it, and it's prep set.
Prep set, okay, just get a date from, okay.
What about March 18th?
Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Ramona.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5-7.
Does my approach?
Yeah.
There was a case that we finished last week, where there was a plea, or earlier this week, on Gracia. I can give you the case number. It's 253-8896.
253-8896.
So I filed a motion to return a weapon, but to me, not to the defendant. I spoke to the state that they were.
As long as it's going to you, I'm okay. It's not going to go to him?
It's not coming in, and that's clear on the order as well.
Done.
Thank you, Judge.
Hey, Gilbert.
Hi, Judge, how are you doing?
What's up, man?
Just running around like always, recovering from a 6-day trial. It's been a while since I put my brain through all that effort.
Wow. What were you trying?
We're trying to sexual assault case, assaulting one former spurned lover that suddenly accuses the ex-lover of
That's a lot of baggage, man.
rape. Just caught too many inconsistencies. The jury ended up finding her not guilty on both counts. That wasn't very.
Wow.
I thought the guy was crazy for risking. They offered him a misdemeanor, family injury, bodily assault, 2-year deferred. I said, take it, man. Don't risk the conviction and the registration requirement. It's a good deal. Take it. This is a secure thing for you to go. You may be deported at the end of it.
That takes a lot of chutzpah right there. To go with it, that just unbelievable. What an offer.
Because he had betrayed his wife. It was the wife at the end who said, you didn't do anything. You need to go to trial. And I said, don't let your wife decide that. You may. Oh, that's an interesting.
Whoa.
Jail.
That's that takes a lot of,
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I was worried about him, but,
well, you did it though. You did, good job. You did it,
I felt, I'm 69. Let's just say I felt the wear and tear of being in trial for a week and stuff. You really see the difference, like when you're young.
Oh, yeah.
And you can try them, like, I used to try them back to back. I said, not anymore. Those years have accumulated on. I was surprised that the jurors liked me enough. I think they were feeling sorry for the old man representing.
Whatever. What do you want to do with our case? It's old.
I have Angel de Leon.
Yeah.
We're trying to finalize, see if it affects the plea agreement. They're looking at the restitution amount and see if we pay enough of it, the offer may go down. So that's where we are right now.
So where are you? How many times have you ripped it, Alex?
Still trying to check. Looks like we completed a rip. It's been a while, Your Honor. It was back in July, so we'd have to reach out again just to.
It was a total loss of a car, is what I'm gathering. So we're trying to find out.
Right, we have to confirm the amount, so we have to reach out and we can reach out today and we can see.
Please, it's old, it's time, so.
Anything, we have time, I can step out and see if I can get.
No, don't, because he's got stuff he needs to do, so we'll set you off for a week.
Yes, Judge.
Please get the stuff done.
Yes, Judge.
All right, okay.
So find out if they have insurance or not, and if there's a deductible, what that was. And if they didn't have it, what's the total value of the car, and then we'll see what we're at. Right.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, man.
Good seeing you.
You too, take care. So as you were charged with driving while intoxicated, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers were dispatched to a possible intoxicated driver call, and a witness stated he observed the defendant go in and out of lanes as well as make a U-turn on Highway 59 going against traffic. The officers conducted a traffic stop and observed the defendant to have glossy eyes, slurred speech, strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, poor balance, and a quarter full cold beer. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 7 out of 8, one leg stand 4 out of 4. The defendant consented a breath, and the results were 0.15.
Any prior to be eyes?
No, Your Honor. And I ran his license one moment. Ineligible, Your Honor.
Okay, he has, you're alleging that he had alcohol in the car, correct?
Yes,
While
Judge.
driving? Okay, I'm now ordering you not to drive, Mr. Laws. I'm also going, your case is 1,220 days old. I'm now putting an ankle monitor on you as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you take off on me again, I'm going to make your bond extremely high. No more PR bonds for you. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond and put you in jail. Can you please appoint him a lawyer? I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to have you swear to us that you're not going to drive, Mr. Laws. Do not drive. Do you understand? I'm going to have you swear to us, and then I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer, sir.
Wants to say hold? Oh, I don't know because person said that they wanted to approach on someone with no contact for his previous case. And those were filed by the state, but I just wanted to not post them just in case there was something I needed to add. But.
Yeah, it's just no contact, no weapons, and then the driving.
Yeah, those are already filed on the other one. But I thought he was gonna change something, so I just held it, but I think he left, so we can go through with it.
Good. I can sign it, right?
Yeah, you can sign it, and I'll take off the note.
The DOA.
Judge, can we approach on camp?
What's the last name again?
Kemp. Bill Quinn, Kemp, Kemp.
Okay. So what's the word, Thunderbird?
So upon watching the video, I agree with the offense, but it's not really clear. It's all happening at once where you see one moment, the defendant like lunge forward, but blocked. You can't see what he does. And then officers grab him immediately. So you really can't see the grab that the officer says in the OR that occurred. But in the OR, since there was that grab, and that's why they grabbed him back. So
It's not there, it's not there.
Not there.
you just can't see. It's not saying he's not there. It's just that you can't see it on video. It's obscure. There's people in the way because
So I guess my theory from reading the notes is that when the whole situation was happening with his mother, the gurney was left outside of the house. So the EMS never came inside the house. They were asking the son who opened the door the mother has to walk outside. And he was like, my mother can't walk outside because she's having trouble breathing. Mom eventually comes outside, gets on the stretcher. The stretcher is then taken into the ambulance. The son is running after the stretcher because they're trying to make sure that their mom is fine. What the commotion that arises is that, for me, I feel like nobody knew who exactly pushed who, but it's more of an emergency situation about a child caring for his mom who's having a serious medical issue.
I mean, times like this, when you have a medical emergency, right, it's always chaos. I mean, there's chaos ensues, right? Is he really trying to prevent an EMS person from doing their job?
So you look at the totality of the facts, it's like, how are you supposed to, how is he trying to prevent someone from doing their job when all he's trying to do is make sure that he's helping his mother, who they said, hey, we're not gonna come to the house to even bring you in.
Does he pull the arm off?
According to the officer, he just grabbed it and the officer grabbed him at that point. So the reason why it's not really clear how quick it happened. On the video, it looks pretty quick because the officers grabbed him immediately.
But but the issue is that the officers arrive at the scene when there was already an incident occurring. They don't know, the officer can't state what happened initially.
Right, but the issue here is that as it's played, it's like the grab of the arm is that interruption or just disruption of the EMS trying to get the mother onto the gurney. And it's not necessary that the defendant intended to do that. It's just that there was that
This is
disruption.
a specific intent crime, so he has to specifically intend to interfere with the duty of that person, of the performance and exercise of what the official is trying to do. That's what he's charged with, right?
Respectfully, this is like criminal negligence. It's not, there's no intentionally knowingly requirement for this. It's just that a disruption occurred through the defendant's actions with criminal negligence. So in this case, he grabbed EMS and the negligence would be that a reasonable person should have known not to do that, and that therefore resulted in the disruption of the EMS trying to perform their duty.
But the negligence also didn't pose a serious harm or threat. Like the EMS didn't appear to be threatened. I just don't think it's enough. I mean, even if they were to give us an offer, if we take this case literally to trial, the mom is going to testify as to what happened, including the brother and the dad, because they were also witnesses, which I spoke to all of them. I mean, I'm saying are we going to drag it? Because I just don't see it.
Our position would be that there's enough to move the case forward with probable cause. Whether there's issues for trial is another issue.
I mean, in that sense, he's right. I mean, it's just a probable cause hearing. Is there enough to move forward? Because it's a very low burden, right? Yes, I agree with you. Is it enough to find someone beyond a reasonable doubt guilty? Perhaps not.
And I'm also basing my arguments as what is actually the evidence that we currently have to kind of figure out the confusion on what actually happened that night. The video is not clear at all, which
It is not clear, so admittedly, our reliance is on the sworn statement by the officer in the DIMS.
So let's look up, because it says here, by grabbing EMS responders' right arm, interrupt, disrupt, impede, and interfere with Sanders, a person employed to provide emergency medical services, including the transportation. I'm sorry, this is what I'm looking at. Did then and there unlawfully with criminal negligence. What does criminal negligence mean? Let's look it up.
Yes, Judge.
The defendant should have been aware of a substantial and unjustifiable risk of harm. Is there substantial and unjustifiable risk of harm in this case?
One moment, Your Honor,
The risk must be so significant that it's a gross deviation from what a reasonable person would do.
I mean, I'm gonna argue that if he was briefly grabbing the responder's arm, it does not create substantial or unjustifiable risk of harm. Meaning the fact that due to the nature of the situation, he was acting emotionally.
And Your Honor, if we're gonna go that, I'd respectfully ask for maybe 5 minutes to look in case law and see.
Take your time. There's no
Yes,
rush.
Judge.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no rush here. I mean, we got,
Yes, Judge, I respect 5 or 10 minutes and just to look at. case law.
absolutely.
Yes,
Take your
Judge.
time. Right?
Hey, Judge. Yes, sir.
Well.
How's it going, Judge?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. We have Mr. Jashawn Harris on docket today.
Page 16.
Okay,
Judge, I believe all the discovery isn't on the case. The state has offered him PTI, but I've kind of went through the case and kind of gave the state all my timestamps on things that I think they need to look at. I don't believe they're gonna be able to make this case, just based on the stop and things like that. I know the court has found PC, and it's kind of like the issue you were just discussing, a trial issue versus the probable cause issue. It's more so a factual issue of where's his brake lights working, and can you have one defective brake light when your other ones work and still be okay? His tail lights worked fine. It was just, they stopped him for a brake light, and he was also in the turning lane at a signal. They said he didn't signal to turn left, even though he was in the turning lane and there's an arrow that directs you to turn. I provided them transportation code and everything for them to look at. I'm not sure if the court wants to set this one at this time.
no, I guess let's roll it to Monday. Take a look at what he has and see if it's something that you can make. If you still think it's good for trial, then on that day we set it. But so you're not interested in PTI then, right?
Don't believe so, Judge. I would.
No, because if there's a possibility that you are, I want him working on the packet now because I don't want to get here sometime later.
Of course.
Well, now we want to do PTI and we're at
Like I
200.
said, I spoke to my client about it. He has everything he needs. He didn't have to do a mitigation packet or anything. It's just an application. And I believe he was already approved for it.
Okay. So let's roll it to Monday. Let me know what you think.
All right. Perfect. Thanks, Judge. Good. Thanks. Appreciate it. Judge, also, my client is present today. Can I have his appearance waived for Monday since he did show up today and it's just more so an issue between us and the state to kind of help?
Sure.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
Of course.
Okay, let me approve, Judge.
Monday, all the safety of the look at everything. Friday, I'm just, Judge, how long do we?
But she just said, I need to. But I just got a point, so I had it.
Sure.
It is. Oh, okay. It's just.
Anna.
Yes, well, it's during COVID.
Oh, okay.
So the ball just got dropped. Can I approach Judge? I'm approaching on Laws. Is the last name.
Okay.
He's on bond.
Correct. So you just got it.
Yes, I just got it like 10 minutes ago.
So I'll give you some time to look into it.
Okay.
You know, it's 1,220 days old. So we'll give you a little bit of time. At the next setting, though, he's got to come back here and let us know whether he wants to accept a plea bargain or I guess we'll just set it.
Okay. And just for everyone's awareness, I know it's super old, but this happened during COVID and it kind of slipped through the cracks. It was just.
You can't, there's.
I know, Judge. It's.
Right.
It was a weird time.
It's still a criminal case. You can't just evade forever and just, you know.
Yes.
We gave him May of 22 multiple times and he still failed to appear.
Okay.
Of 22. So.
But I will get a reset to take a look at everything.
Discovery complete? Do you have everything? What are you lacking?
Looks like we have everything.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And
So
I think it's a breath case, so I'll do the breath discovery order today and approach on it tomorrow. Just for all the DPS stuff. And then next time we'll.
there's a breath test in this case?
Where's a judge? Yes, there is.
Listen.
0.15?
Yeah, if you can file it tomorrow, that way you can get cracking.
I'll file it today. My computer's
No problem.
tired. Wi-Fi's, I don't know. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Hey, Owen.
Good morning, Judge.
What's going on with you?
I've got a couple of cases on your docket this morning. They both arise out of the same transaction. We can talk about Rubio, Nicholas Rubio. This is an illegal dumping case being handled by Mr. Goldberg. Judge, I've dropped these cases in the grease. Mr. Goldberg has offered me a pretrial intervention on the cases. In fact, we were here last month. You gave me 30 days to get them into the clean and green, and I just dropped the ball and didn't do it. Him and there's the other one is Rodriguez, Arturo Rodriguez. The case is going to work out, Judge. If you want to set them for trial, I certainly understand.
No, but I don't want to keep just delaying the inevitable. I mean, if you guys are going to do the PTI, let's get on it, man.
We are, Judge. I promise you, I will get it done.
I'm not going to no more long resets. So
Understood, Judge. I'll get it in and get it done as soon as I can.
okay, are they both here?
Rubio's.
They should be, Judge. I told them both to show up.
Rodriguez on top of 30.
Off of 30, yes, he's here too, Judge.
Okay, both of them are here now, Owen. So what do we need to do? Do you need to get a contract signed for them to get?
They need to come to my office to sign the actual contract itself, and then I got to get them hooked into the clean and green.
Oh my God, that's how long is clean and green? Is it like 3 months away or now?
The first reset was 90 days.
I know.
The second was 30 days.
We're not, no more long resets. We'll have to micro. So, Rodriguez, Rubio, come up.
He's a Spanish speaker, Judge.
I speak Spanish.
Judge, I'm texting.
They both are.
No, I'm just gonna, I'll talk to him and I'm only gonna tell him to go to the office this week. We'll roll it to Monday to see where we get for the day.
Judge, I'm going to be out of the city Monday. I have to go to McAllen.
You want to do Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay. Ustedes dos tienen que ir a la oficina de tu abogado para firmar contratos para entrar en este programa. Ustedes, los casos están ya viejos, so te voy a posponer hasta martes. Tiene que regresar martes para que sacamos una fecha para ser clean and green. Tu abogado te va a explicar todo eso. ¿Entiendes? Ok, so quiero cuando tú te vas hoy, quiero que tú llamas a Owen para ver y ir a la oficina. Ok? Tiene que regresar martes. All right. Toma asiento, por favor. All right, so I told them that they're going to go to your office and they got to be back here Tuesday.
Understood, Judge.
In the interim, if you can get a hold of Mr. Goldberg to try to get the quickest clean and green date that you can.
Understood.
Okay, thanks.
Both of them
Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, Owen, you're good.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. John D.
Hi, Judge. I'm just approaching administratively. We have a Spanish speaker who we would like to do a waiver on. This is Abel's case. Antonio has been kind enough to step in per Abel's request to have a surgery. So do you want him brought out for admonishments, which we'll need a translator for? Or do you just want him to sign today?
Yeah, I guess you can just have him sign.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, John D.
Judge, I need to approach on Mr. Celestino.
Okay.
The last piece of the puzzle got done this morning, which is he went to go pay the DA fee.
Great.
So I am sending that to Brenda Gamaz. They just need to actually just do the contract, signing, because he already turned in the contract.
Do you want to set it like a week to get that
Yeah,
done?
a week. But also, Judge, I wanted to ask him, his mother is here. So basically, he's enrolled in school. He sent me information in school. You have him on a really tight curfew for the last month and a half. And he changed his work schedule. So he's going to be going to school during the day and then going to work afterwards. Since he's technically in the program and they're supervising him with that, can you maybe waive the curfew and all of that stuff?
Program. I'm not, I don't want
So
to.
you can't do, I mean, he has it, he has the school.
Every time we give a little bit of leeway, something happens. And
But so as soon as they technically sign up.
program, he's off my hands.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Until that point.
I can make that happen ASAP.
Yeah, it's up to you guys, but.
I have a plea order.
Ready when you're.
So there.
Cesare?
You, Mr. Cesare? Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 12 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. Do you understand? Yes or no? I need to know that you can actually understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
You also need to understand that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this, undo this. You understand? You still want to do this?
I guess I have no choice.
You got to be sure. There's no wishy-washy here because, once you do this, this isn't like Target. You could just return it because you don't like it anymore. Once you plead guilty, that's a lifetime decision you make. There's no turning around. Your other option is to go to trial. Those are the two options that you have.
I guess. Yeah.
Are you guilty of this offense? You either are or not. There's no.
I'm not. I'm not.
Set of trial.
Then we set it for trial. See, the deal is this, Mrs. There. We don't plead people guilty who are not guilty. If you're not guilty of this offense, then they either dismiss it, or if they feel that they have a good case.
I
then we go
explained
to
this to him,
trial.
Your Honor, but I told him if you're not guilty, then we go to trial.
Right.
So
This
I'm not
isn't-
going to plea him, Your Honor.
This is not, it's not a game. It is, so you either are or you're not. Reasonable minds can differ. The evidence points to whose side is correct. I haven't seen the evidence. I have no idea. When we get to trial, that's when we all get to see the evidence. But there may be, body cam, there may be videos, there may be eyewitness testimony. I don't know. But until we get to trial, I'll never know. So, you were allegedly there at the time. I have no idea. You either are or you're not.
I was visiting.
Look, I don't want you to talk about the case. You just understand, a lot of people try to justify things by what they think is right. Even though if you think something is right, if it's still against the law, it's still against the law. I don't know. That's why we give you a lawyer, for the lawyer to tell you what the law is, what happened with your case, and whether you are in fact guilty of the offense charged. I don't know. If you want a little bit more time to talk to Greg, you can. It's up to you. But, once you do this,
Speak with him, Your Honor.
yeah, once you do this, there's no turning back.
What was his last name?
Cesare. Come on up, Mr. Cesare.
I haven't talked to the attorney though, so I don't know.
Are you guilty of the offense of criminal trespass? Okay. Just understand that, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. I don't know where this is from, but if you go back, chances are it's going to happen right again. So I don't know where this is from, but I probably wouldn't go back, because if you do, you're asking for trouble.
It's an apartment complex, Your Honor, just so you know.
I wouldn't go back. Just don't. Even if someone invites you, I wouldn't go back, because they're going to call the laws. The laws are going to come and they're just going to mess with you. You know what I mean? That's just the reality. Now, like I said, you give up a lot of rights. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel citizen. There are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So no more trials. We're done today. All right? Okay, man. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to waive your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck.
Just going to give you a form. You go downstairs, you're done with this. Cleared up. All right?
Okay, guys.
Thank you. Go right there. Come on, I'll show you.
Give me a second. Come on up, guys. Okay. Does he, any prior DWIs or?
No, he's going ice. I think
Yeah.
whoever
Okay.
did it just calculated how many, I mean, I can find it, taking it down. I just.
No. It is what it is. It's really, it's not a. Mr. Vasquez, good morning.
Señor Vázquez, buenos días.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 60 days in jail with credit for the 20 days that you've done.
¿Qué ha servido?
You need to
Usted-
understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You ever get pulled over again, an officer's going to see this. If they roll up to your car and they smell alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go very well
Pues
for
no
you.
va a ir muy bien.
From now on, you're faced with a minimum of 30 days in jail.
30 días de cárcel.
You understand?
¿Usted lo entiende? Yes.
You give up a lot of
Usted
rights by
renuncia a
entering
muchos
this
derechos
agreement.
en este
You give up the
convenio,
right to a
renuncia-
trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to
Renuncia al
appeal.
derecho de no apelación.
Once you plead guilty, you can never change this.
Verlo.
Is this what you want to do?
¿Usted desea hacer? Yes. Desea que cabe.
Without opposition to the state.
Sí, que
You
supongo
raise a
que
good
está-
point. I don't know what's gonna happen in
Yo no sé lo que va a
immigration.
pasar
We
en
reduce it down
inmigración.
to
Podemos
60 to 30.
reducir de 60 a 30 días.
You have to discuss that with
Y se
chief.
tiene que hablar con.
I mean, we'd have to refile all the documents.
That's why I
Porque no pueden marcarlo y poner un inicial. Dice, él está, le dieron 20 por
And
60.
I was just thinking, Judge
Y
brought
estoy
up a good point.
pensando,
I don't know what's gonna happen in
no,
immigration.
no sabemos lo que
I'd
va a
like for it
pasar
to
en
say
inmigración.
30,
Quiero que
if it's
indique
at all
30
possible.
si
This
una
first.
posibilidad suprimir.
Below point 15.
Y sobre punto
Vázquez.
5, el apellido es de Vázquez.
How do you plead to the
¿Cómo
offense
se
of
declara la ofensa de
intoxicated?
conducir
Guilty,
a
not guilty?
¿Culpable o no culpable? Guilty.
I'm going to find
Voy a
you.
ir a lo culpable.
I'm going to suspend your ability to drive for 90 days.
De conducir.
Do not drive until you get a license.
Tengo una licencia de conducir. Okay, so
We wrote it like that because he's got 20 days credit.
It's up to you guys. It doesn't matter. We're, okay. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Señor.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
How you doing? Good afternoon.
Hey, Sino, what's up, man? How are you? What's new?
Not much.
You killing it up there or what?
It's okay, it's good.
You're always killing it.
I was feeling good. I seen you on TV and I see me all over the, your celebrity now. I know you don't want to talk about it, sure.
What's up?
Nothing much, just trying to pivot into PI, you know. Personal injury, trying to pivot into it.
That's what I'll be doing.
That Pablo Escobar money.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Is that what you were doing too?
No, but it will be
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's where
Just-
it's at, man. I see the numbers and I see.
nuts.
Huh?
Nuts.
And all they're doing is signing a case up. I mean, it's really they're just like.
You gotta find it,
They're
though.
just signing cases, sparkling, yeah.
You got to find it. Once you find it, and once you get that,
It's crazy the quality of attorneys in this courthouse, like, and then you go see the civil attorneys, like some of them never even tried courts, you never had a hearing.
I was talking,
8 digits, huh?
and I was talking to a guy yesterday about it. Never even been in a courtroom,
Huh?
you know?
I mean, if you just know how to market and sign cases, it's fine. You can outsource them to other firms. So they, big firms that, you know, work for money. I know guys that do that. They literally do nothing but just sign a case up.
I
pick it
saw-
up, And then wait for the check.
I saw a friend of mine get a referral of like 4 million, you know,
Yeah,
4 million referral fee. I was like,
yeah, it's no problem. Like, I mean, it depends how you get, but like I can confirm that I've been doing that too, for commercial cases. I'm not gonna just jump in.
no, don't.
And you need the
Right.
resources, you know.
Right.
I'm not gonna.
No.
My brand's working. That's the. But it turned out to be a good move because they actually got always quality work.
Just latch onto a good lawyer.
Do you want me to have a?
Yeah, I need to.
You know,
I need to-
you know,
The whole like what I did here at the DA's office is like.
Yeah, just-
2 years.
yeah.
Because I was working. I was going crazy. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You ready, Kavita? So Timberly, where are we going with your case? Because it's old. What's your guy's name again?
I have two, Your Honor. I have Kendrick Daly, and I was it the parents' wages for now?
So Daly is number one. So it doesn't matter. That's not an old case.
Okay, yes, sir, but she just offered a PTI on it anyway.
Okay, so.
So
it's normal
I'm gonna,
setting.
yes, sir. And then on Mr. Johnson, there's a new policy. We were supposed to do a PTI packet, which we did. And there's a new policy that the chief nor I knew about that they just emailed yesterday and said, we have to do an application now. So they just looked it up in the
There's always
notes.
been an application that's due.
I didn't know, but they said something about a new policy and then they have to get this application notarized. I don't know.
So you haven't done that yet.
Well, no, well, we sent it to him last night.
Yeah, but-
So, did you bring the application we sent you?
Yes.
Okay, so he has it today.
So what we'll do is we'll set you off a week
Yes, sir.
to see about the approval or denial.
Yes,
And we'll
sir.
go from there. If it's denied,
Then we'll just come back and handle it. That's no big.
Okay.
I got it, Judge, I promise.
Okay.
Thank you.
hey, a week on that case, Vic.
I heard him say one.
A week on Johnson, where's that?
All right.
What, are you talking to me?
13th is my birthday, and that's gonna be the only case I'm coming down here for, but I wanna
Well,
handle.
I mean, a couple of days before, I don't care.
Okay,
Just a
thank you.
week-ish.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
The 17th?
Come on. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, good morning, Ms. Ortega. Ma'am, you're charged with assault causing bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail. This is so weird. It doesn't say that. What the heck is this? Alex, how's this, who filed this?
I do not know. Who is the cause?
It just says 1 year death.
Your Honor, if I had the cause, I'm back to look.
I can refile.
Yeah, so because
Oh, that's not bad.
we really don't know, is this a deferred?
Yeah, Judge, I'll do it really quickly. It should be done in the next.
We'll still do it and then can file everything later. So we're doing a 1 year deferred though?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Ortega, you need to understand that you're entering into a deferred adjudication. This is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but you can't tell people it was dismissed. You get into a deferred, if you complete it successfully, there's no conviction on your record. You understand the difference? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial. Shh. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are entering into a contract. You either successfully complete the contract or you get revoked. If you do something to violate this agreement, I'm going to arrest you, put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in Orange. And the only thing we're going to talk about is if you violated the probation. None of that, whether you're guilty or not guilty, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is if you violated this agreement. For you to complete it successfully, you must complete a Thinking for a Change class. Guys, which Thinking for a Change do you want on Ortega? It's 4, right? It's 4 hours. It's a 4-hour Thinking for a Change class. You must do a 2-hour anger management class. No drugs, no alcohol. You must also do a TRAS, This is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with a Derek Michael Waters, Alondra Georgina Mendoza. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes.
I will make you a deal. If you do well, if you're nice to everybody, and you do your classes quick, I'll take you off in half the time. You can be done in 6 months if you really kick butt and just be nice to everybody and don't use. Don't test positive for dope, alcohol. I'm not asking for much. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'll withhold that for a year. But like I said, get everything done quick. We'll take you off quick. What do you do for a living?
Oncology and radiology doctor.
Okay. Do you have any children? Okay, you can reduce it. All right, ma'am. Best of luck to you. Thank you, Katia.
And Judge, I also have Ms. Uceda on the docket.
You say that. Okay.
We're waiting on a competency evaluation on her.
How long have we been waiting?
I think December 9th.
Still don't have it? That's really long. So is she here?
She's here, Judge.
Why don't we give it a, where are we going anyways? Do you know?
We're trying to do some sort of informal PTI because of the mental health. There's
Have
an
you spoken to
offer.
Brad about this yet?
Say
Have
it.
you spoken to Brad Morris about this yet?
I haven't, but I can.
Reach out to him
Okay.
and see if they're even amenable to it.
Mostly for felonies, but he's talked to me about misdemeanors before, so I can reach out to him.
Well, we see who if it's not him, who's the point of contact that we can actually get through. So for mental health purposes.
I don't think there's one that for misdemeanors, my last conversation with Brad, but he said he's happy to help me if I ever have a misdemeanor
Okay.
case that he can take a look at. So I'll definitely do that.
And let's set it off a week. I don't want to wait long anymore. You know, we should have gotten it by now. I don't understand why it's taking so long. And then if it's not here next week, I'm going to start reaching out to people then. All right? Okay.
Last one I needed to approach for you was Jada Davis. We have submitted an application for consideration of the pretrial intervention. She's going to pay to do her TRAS.
Well, wait a second. Do you want to wait first?
Davis,
You think that she's going to 100% get entry?
she will get it. She has,
Is there a blood test or breath test?
it's blood point. Ooh, let me look. She's eligible for
I've seen
sure.
more denials now. That's why I'm saying I would hate for her to have to pay for it and then get denied.
Makes sense. I'm pretty sure she flies under the radar as far as getting approved. Let me look and see.
Felicia, he still has a curfew. I did not take the curfew off.
Signing the contract. I've already signed it. It's already going through.
They were found in the supervision order today?
Kelsey just signed it. It shall be coming through.
Okay.
No, I got the email. It's happening. I wouldn't let that happen.
I'll talk to the DAs and see where they are with the application, because I sent it to them end of January 27th, so they should, I'll reach out to them and see what they say.
For a couple weeks?
That's fine, Judge. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Kajiti. John D. That is on live stream. Live stream. I see. Okay. Ready? Okay. Once and for all.
Yes, Judge, and after reviewing the video and reading case law where there's a case Duncan Telvey State where they describe it as essentially shutting down, even we looked at it, we don't see that here.
Okay, I'm gonna find no problem.
Yes,
with
Judge.
this.
And
All right.
yes, Judge.
All right.
Your Honor.
Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you, look, from what I read, I was looking at case law as well too, and it said the gross deviation is such that like, there was a guy who had a trailer, right? Who didn't put chains on the trailer detached, it was a homemade trailer, it detached and it killed someone. That's a gross
That's why I
deviation, you know what I
posted the
mean?
video and it was just
Yeah.
very brief. Yes, Judge.
You have enough cases.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Good job.